Welcome to Bible Quizzes. Challenge yourself, discover new insights, and see how well you know the scriptures. 1. According to Psalm 119, how does the psalmist describe the impact of God's word on those who follow it? It brings confusion. It brings joy and understanding. It causes fear. It brings temporary happiness. It brings joy and understanding. Psalm 119, 105. Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path. 2. What did Solomon say about the lips of those who speak true in Proverbs? They shall be cut off. They bring blessing. They will endure forever. They bring shame. They will endure forever. Proverbs 12:19. Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue lasts only a moment. 3. In Deuteronomy, what was the consequence for bearing false witness against another person? They were to be forgiven. They faced the same punishment they saw for the accused. They will receive a small fine. They were required to leave the community. They faced the same punishment they saw for the accused. Deuteronomy 19:18-19. If the witness proved to be a liar, then do the false witness as that witness intended to do to the other party. 4. Which person declared that God lies in true in the innermost part of a person? Isaiah, Micah, David, Jeremiah. David, Psalm 51:6. Yet you desired faithfulness even in the womb. You taught me wisdom in that secret place. 5. According to Zechariah, what are the people of Israel instructed to do regarding truth in their communities? Speak true and execute true justice. Ignore truth to avoid conflict. Let leaders define truth. Only practice truth with family. Speak true and execute true justice. Zechariah 8:16. These are the things you are to do. Speak the truth to each other and render true and sound judgment in your courts. 6. In Proverbs, how does Solomon describe the fate of those who walk in integrity versus those who follow wicked paths? Both will eventually succeed. The righteous walk securely. Only the wealthy succeed. The wicked are more successful. The righteous walk securely. Proverbs 10:9. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked path will be found out. 7. According to Exodus, what commandments speak against false witness, emphasizing truth? The 5th commandment, the 8th commandment, the 9th commandment, the 10th commandment. The 9th commandment. Exodus 20:16. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. 8. In Proverbs, what it say about buying truth? Sell it once acquired. Acquired at all costs, never sell it. Only if it bring wealth. Buy only from the wise. Acquired at all costs and never sell it. Proverbs 23:23. Buy the truth and do not sell it. Wisdom, instruction, and insight as well. 9. What does Jeremiah declare about God's knowledge of truth and deceit among people? God ignores deception. God does not see lies. God proves the heart and mind. God does not care about truth. God proved the heart and mind. Jeremiah 17:10. I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind to reward each person according to their conduct. 10. In Deuteronomy, what was the command given about handling case of false accusation? Forgive and forget. No judgment given. Investigate thoroughly. Leave the accused alone. Investigate thoroughly. Deuteronomy 13:14. Then you must inquire, prove, and investigate it thoroughly. 11. What did Moses instruct Israel about maintaining honesty with weights and measures? Use deceptive ways to profit. Only be honest on specific days. Have honest scale and measures. Honesty wasn't necessary in trade. Have honest scales and measures. Leviticus 19:35-36. Do not use dishonest standards when measuring length, weight, or quantity. 12. According to Jeremiah, how does he describe the people of Jerusalem in regard to truth? They hold to the truth. They have learned deceit. They are devoted to truth. They reject falsehood. They have learned deceit. Jeremiah 9:5. Friend deceits friend, and no one speaks the truth. They have taught their tongues to lie. 13. In which book are leaders urged to speak truthfully, executing justice to prevent a false accusation? Numbers, Proverbs, Psalm, Zechariah. Zechariah 8:16. Speak the truth to each other and render true and sound judgment. 14. What does Proverbs declare as abomination to the Lord? Sacrifices, worship, deceptive practices, praise. Deceptive practices. Proverbs 12:22. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in people who are trustworthy. 15. What does Job say about his own integrity and commitment to truth? He cannot maintain integrity. He will not deny his integrity. He questions the value of truth. He only values wealth. He will not deny his integrity. Job 27:5. I will never admit you are in the right till I die. I will not deny my integrity. 16. In what way does Proverbs contrast the outcome for those who are truthful versus those who lie? Both will prosper. Liars will flourish. Truth brings life. Lies bring deceit. Lies protect. Truth misleads. Truth brings life, lies bring deceit. Proverbs 12:17. Whoever speaks the truth gives honest evidence, but a false witness utters deceit. 70. What does Moses warn Israel about regarding following other gods or prophets who promote lies? Ignore them, but let them live. Question them, but keep listening. Destroy them from among you. Only punish them if they lie. Destroy them from among you. Deuteronomy 13:5. That prophet or dreamer must be put to death for inciting rebellion against the Lord your God. 18. In Proverbs, what does Solomon advise about guarding one's heart in relation to truth? Guard it above all else for life. Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. 19. How is the concept of truth symbolized in the book of Psalms? A burning fire, a refining process, a sort of light and guidance, a burden to carry. A source of light and guidance. Psalm 43:3. Send out your light and your truth, let them lead me. 20. In the book of Isaiah, what does the prophets warn against in terms of dishonesty? Deceit will bring wealth, no punishment for lies. Truth will be missing in society. Lies are considered righteous. Truth will be missing in society. Isaiah 59:14. So justice is driving back and righteousness stand at distance, trust stumbled in the streets. 21. What does King David promise to do regarding truth and justice in his leadership over Israel? Favor those who deceive. Keep his promise to the wealthy. Sing of justice and integrity. Be tolerant of dishonest acts. Be tolerant of dishonest acts. Psalm 101:1. I will sing of your love and justice. To you, Lord, I will sing praise. 22. What does God declare about false prophets through the prophet Ezekiel? They will be blessed. They are no tree. They speak from their own imagination. They reveal hidden truth. They speak from their own imagination. Ezekiel 13:2-3. Woe to the foolish prophets who follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. 23. According to Zechariah, what does God promise to do among his people regarding truth? Sends false prophets. Establish a place where truth reigns. Lead them away from truth. Allow lies to spread. Establish a place where truth reigns. Zechariah 8:3. I will return to Zion and dwell in Jerusalem. Then Jerusalem will be called the faithful city. 24. What consequence does Hosea describe for Israel due to their lack of truth and faithfulness? They will prosper. They will be left without a leader. They will find peace. They will face destruction and exile. They will face destruction and exile. Hosea 4:1-3. There is no faithfulness, no love, no acknowledgement of God in the land. Because of this land mourns, and all who live in it waste away. 25. According to Isaiah, what is the result of not practicing truth and justice? Peace will abound. The land will be full of light. Justice and truth will thrive. Darkness and iniquity will prevail. Darkness and iniquity will prevail. Isaiah 59:9. Justice is far from us, and righteousness doth not reach us. We look for light, but all is darkness. 26. What does the book of Proverbs teach about the ultimate fate of liars? They will be honored. They will eventually be despised. They will have no consequence, till we find prosperity. They will eventually be despised. Proverbs 19:9. A false witness will not go unpunished, and whoever pours out lies will perish. 27. How does the psalmist describe the action of those who speak truthfully in God's sight? They offer deceit. They are welcomed by God. They are ignored. They will lose God's favor. They are welcomed by God. Psalm 15:1-2. Lord, who may dwell in your secret tent, the one whose walking blameless, who does what is righteous, who speak the truth from their heart. 28. According to Jeremiah, how did false prophets mislead the people of Israel regarding the truth? By only telling the truth, by sharing messages of peace despite imminent danger, by staying silent, by pointing them back to God. By sharing messages of peace despite imminent danger. Jeremiah 6:14. They dress the wound of my people as though it were not serious. Peace, peace, they say, when there is no peace. 29. In Deuteronomy, what is the role of a judge in upholding truth according to God's law? To administer justice impartiality. Deuteronomy 16:19. Do not pervert justice or show partiality. Do not accept a bribe. 30. What declaration about truth is given in the book of Psalms concerning God's words? They can deceive. They change over time. They are flawless. They are unreliable. They are flawless. Psalm 12:6. The words of the Lord are flawless, like silver purified in a crucible. 31. In the book of Micah, what is God's expectation of his people regarding truth and humility? Follow truth, mercy, and humility. Demand truth for others only. Embrace pride and deceit. Seek vengeance over truth. Follow true mercy and humility. Micah 6:8. To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. 32. In Ezekiel, how does God address prophets who prophesy falsely for their own gain? They are encouraged. They will face judgment. They will be forgiven. They will find peace. They will face judgment. Ezekiel 13:9. My hand will be against the prophets who see false vision and huddle lie intimidation. 33. In what way does the book of Hosea emphasize the consequence of lying and lack of truth in Israel? Blessing unto people, a return to exile, an increase in profits, destruction and judgment. Destruction and judgment. Hosea 4:1-3. There is no faithfulness or love, no acknowledgement of God in the land. Therefore the land mourns, and all who live in it waits away. 34. What is described in the book of Micah about those who lie and take bribe for profit? They are blessed. They are reprimanded by God. They receive high honors. They help Israel thrive. They are reprimanded by God. Micah 3:11. Her leaders judge for a bribe, her priests teach for a prize, and her prophets tell fortune for money. 35. According to Proverbs, what is the state about those who speak the truth in contrast to deceitful people? They are celebrated by the wicked. They are despised. They stand firm forever. They are forgotten. They stand firm forever. Proverbs 12:19. Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue lasts only a moment. 36. In Zechariah, what does God command regarding true and neighborly interactions? To deceive those nearby, to avoid speaking true, to show mercy and speak true to neighbors, to practice deceit for gain. to show mercy and speak to the neighbors. Zechariah 8:16. These are the things you are to do: speak the truth to each other and render true and sound judgment in your courts. 37. How does Jeremiah illustrate the consequence of living without truth among the people? The nation thrives. They find peace. The land mourns and suffers. They gain wisdom. The land mourns and suffers. Jeremiah 9:2-3. They bend their tongues like bows, lies, no truth, prevail in the land. They go from one sin to another. They do not acknowledge me, declares the Lord. 38. What lesson about truth is depicted in Job responds to his friends? Truth is subjective. Integrity and true matter even in suffering. Deceit leads to wisdom. Truth has no significance. Integrity and truth matter even in suffering. Job 27:5. I will never admit you are in the right till I die. I will not deny my integrity. 39. In Psalms, what does the writer express about lying tongues in their relationship with God's justice? Lying tongues are ignored. God approved them. They are despised by God. They bring honor. They are despised by God. Psalm 122:3. Save me, Lord, from lying lips and from deceitful tongues. 40. In the story of Jacob and Esau, what lie did Jacob tell to receive his father's blessing? He claimed to be a priest. He claimed to be his brother Esau. He said he was the eldest. He lied about a birthright. He claimed to be his brother Esau. Genesis 27:19. Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. 41. In Exodus, what lie did Pharaoh repeatedly tell Moses? He promised to let the people go, but did not. He claimed loyalty to Moses. He agreed to free the Israelites unconditionally. He pretended to believe in God. He promised to let the people go, but did not. Exodus 8:28. Pharaoh said, I will let you go, only you must not go very far. But then he hardened his heart. 42. What did Abraham tell King Abimelech about Sarah, causing confusion and deceit? That she was his sister, that she was his niece, that she was his servant, that she was his daughter. That she was his sister. Genesis 22. And there Abraham said of Sarah his wife, she is my sister. 43. When the 10 spies were sent into Canaan, what did they report back to Israel out of fear? That the land was barren, that the people of the land were weak, that they were unable to conquer the land, that the land was filled with only friendly inhabitants. That they were unable to conquer the land. Numbers 13:31. But the men who had gone out with him said, we can attack those people. They are stronger than we are. 44. In the story of David and Goliath, how does David's older brother Eliab accuse him deceitfully? He claims David came to blood. He accused David of abandoning his flock. He accused him of pride and deceit. He accused him of being foolish. He accused him of pride and deceit. 1 Samuel 17:28. Why have you come down here? And with whom did you leave those few sheep in the wilderness? I know how conceited you are and how wicked your heart is. 45. How did the midwife in Egypt lie to Pharaoh to save the Hebrew children? They say the Hebrew woman gave birth before they arrived. Exodus 1:19. The midwife answered Pharaoh, Hebrew women are not like Egyptian women. They are vigorous and give birth before the midwife arrived. 46. What lie did Rahab tell the king of Jericho to protect the Israelite spies? She claimed they had already left the city. She said they were traitors. She claimed they were family members. She said they were harmless travelers. She claimed they had already left the city. Joshua 2:4-5. Yes, the men came to me, but I did not know where they had come from. At last, when it was time to close the city gate, they left. 47. In the story of the Amalekite who came to David, what lie did he tell about King Saul's death? That he had killed Saul out of mercy, that Saul had died of old age, that he was an ally of Saul, that Saul had fled the battle. That he had killed Saul out of mercy. 2 Samuel 1:10. So I stood beside him and killed him, because I knew that after he had fallen, he could not survive. 48. What lie did Delilah tell Samson to lure him into revealing his strength? That she was on his side, that she wanted to marry him, that she had never betrayed him, that she was testing his strength. That she had never betrayed him. Judges 16:15. Then she said to him, How can you say, I love you, when you won't confide in me? 49. What did Cain falsely imply to God after Abel's death? That Abel was in a different place, that he did not know where Abel was, that Abel was lost, that he was not responsible for Abel. That he did not know where Abel was. Genesis 4:9. Then the Lord said to Cain, Where is your brother Abel? I don't know, he replied. 50. What lie did Laban tell Jacob when he deceived him about marriage? Rachel was healed. Leah was more suited for him. It was not their custom to marry off the younger before the older. Jacob had misunderstood the agreement. Is what not their custom to marry off the younger before the older? Genesis 29:26. It is now our custom here to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older one. 51. Who did Joseph's brother deceive their father regarding Joseph's fate? They said he had joined another family. They claimed a wild animal killed him. They said he had deserted them. They told him Joseph had become a slave. They claim a wild animal killed him. Genesis 37:31-33. They took the ornate robe back to their father and said, We found it. Examine it to see whether it's your son's robe. He recognized it and said, It is my son's robe. Some ferocious animal has devoured him. 52. What lie did Potiphar's wife tell after Joseph resisted her advance? That he had stolen from her, that he had attacked her, that he had run away, that he was spying. That he had attacked her. Genesis 39:14. She called her household servant. Look, she said to them, This Hebrew has been brought to us to make sport of us. He came here to sleep with me, but I screamed. 53. In the book of Numbers, what did Korah's group falsely claim about Moses and Aaron? That they were planning to escape, that they were not chosen by God, that they intended to oppress the people, that they will lead Israel to disaster. That they were not chosen by God. Numbers 16:3. They came as a group to oppose Moses and Aaron and said to them, "You have gone too far. The whole community is holy, every one of them, and the Lord is with them. Why then do you set yourself above the Lord's assembly?" 54. But Eli did Ammon tell his father, David, in order to be alone with Tamar. That he was ill and needed her care. 2 Samuel 13:6. So Ammon lay down and pretended to be ill. When the king came to see him, Ammon said to him, "I would like my sister Tamar to come and make some special bread in my sight." 55. What did Achan lie about after Israel defeated Ai? That he had not taken any of the devoted things, that he had no fault at Ai, that he was innocent, that he had fought valiantly. That he had not taken any of the devoted things. Joshua 7:11. Israel has sinned, they have violated my covenant, they have taken some of the devoted things, they have stolen, they have lied. 56. What did Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, lie about after taking gift from Naaman? That he had given the gift to the poor, that Elisha had requested the gift, that he was traveling on official business, that Naaman has threatened him. That Elisha had requested the gift. 2 Kings 5:22. Gehazi said, "My master sent me to say, 2 young men from the company of the prophet have just come to me. Please give them a talent of silver and to set up clothing." 57. What did Absalom falsely suggest to gain popularity and support? That David was plotting against him, that David was neglecting justice, that he was chosen by God, that the people had wronged him. That David was neglecting justice. 2 Samuel 15:4. And Absalom will add, "If only I were appointed judge in the land, then everyone who has complained or case could come to me, and I will see that they receive justice." 58. How does Isaiah describe the outcome for those who conceive and utter falsehood from their heart? They find joy and success. They gain spiritual growth. They are separated from God. They gain respect. They are separated from God. Isaiah 59:13. Our offenses are many in your sight, and our sins testify against us, rebellion and treachery against the Lord. 59. What lie did Jeroboam's wife tell to disguise herself when consulting the prophet Ahijah? That she was a widow, that she was a servant, that she was not the king's wife, that she was from a different city. That she was not the king's wife. 1 Kings 14:5. Jeroboam's wife was going to pretend to be someone else. 60. When King Saul disobeyed God's instructions regarding the Amalekites, what lie did he tell Samuel? That he had followed God's commands completely, that he misunderstood the commands, that he had lost track of the army, that he was ill and could not oversee the battle. That he had followed God's commands completely. 1 Samuel 15:13. When Samuel reached him, Saul said, "The Lord bless you. I have carried out the Lord's instructions." 61. In the book of Micah, how does God regard those who speak lies to gain personal profit? He tolerates them. He condemns them. He gave them more wealth. He honored their craftiness. He condemns them. Micah 3:11. Her leaders judge for a bribe, her priests teach for a price, and her prophets tell fortune for money. 62. What did the Jebusites claim when they approached Joshua to make a treaty? That they were from a distant land, that they wanted to serve Israel, that they were messengers of peace, that they had previously fought alongside Israel. That they were from a distant land. Joshua 9:6. They went to Joshua in the camp of Gilgal and said to him and the Israelites, "We have come from a distant country, make a treaty with us." 63. How did David deceive the priest Ahimelech to gain food and weapons? He claimed to be on a mission for the king. He said he was fleeing from Saul. He claimed to be visiting for religious reasons. He said he was seeking refuge. He claimed to be on a mission for the king. 1 Samuel 21:2. David answered Ahimelech the priest, "The king sent me on the mission and said to me, 'No one is know anything about the mission I am sending you on.'" 64. What lie did Ziba tell David about Mephibosheth? That Mephibosheth wanted to reclaim the throne. That Mephibosheth had fled the city. That Mephibosheth betrayed him. That Mephibosheth wanted Saul's legacy restored. That Mephibosheth betrayed him. 2 Samuel 16:3. Ziba said to him, "He's staying in Jerusalem because he thinks, 'Today the Israelite will restore to me my grandfather's kingdom.'" 65. In the story of Nabal's vineyard, why did Jezebel arrange to have told about Nabal? That he has cursed God and the king, that he has stolen from the temple, that he planned to overthrow Ahab, that he had refused the king offer. That he had cursed God and the king. 1 Kings 21:10. But see two scoundrels opposite him and have to bring charges that he has cursed both God and the king. 66. When Elisha struck the Arameans with blindness, what lie did he tell them about their location? That they were in a different city, that he was not their enemy, that he was someone else, that they went into the wrong place. That they were in the wrong place. 2 Kings 6:19. This is not the road and this is not the city. Follow me, and I will lead you to the man you are looking for. 67. What did Joab lie about when he sent a woman to convince David to bring Absalom's back? That she was a prophet, that she was a grieving widow, that she needed justice, that she was sent by God. That she was a grieving widow. 2 Samuel 14:2. So Joab sent someone to Tekoa and had a wise woman brought from there. He said to her, "Pretend you are in mourning." 68. How did Jacob deceive Laban regarding his flocks? He used selective breeding to make his flock stronger. He took all the animals without Laban's permission. He claimed the weaker animals as his own. He only bred his animals with Laban's best flock. He used selective breeding to make his flock stronger. Genesis 30:42. So the weak animals went to Laban and the strong ones to Jacob. 69. In the story of Esther, what lie did Haman tell the king to justify his plan against the Jews? That the Jews were a threat to the kingdom, that they planned to overthrow the king, that they were cursed, that they had broken the law. that the Jews were a threat to the kingdom. Esther 3:8. Esther 3:8. Then Haman said to King Xerxes, "There is a certain people dispersed among the people, who do not obey the king's law. It is not in the king's best interest to tolerate them." 70. When the prophet Micah spoke to Ahab, how did the false prophets lie to convince Ahab? They told him he will be victorious in battle. They claimed Micah was his enemy. They told him his army was strong. They claimed God was against his enemies. They told him he will be victorious in battle. 1 Kings 22:6. The king of Israel brought together the prophets, and they say, "Go, for the Lord will give it into the king's hand." 71. When Laban lied to Jacob about Leah, what consequences did it have for Jacob's marriage and family? Jacob lost his wealth to Laban. Jacob was forced into a marriage he hadn't chosen, causing family tension. Jacob left immediately after the wedding. Jacob was given double wages. Jacob was forced into a marriage he hadn't chosen, causing family tension. Genesis 29:27-28. Finish the daughter bridal week, then we will give you the younger one also, in return for another 7 years of work. 72. After Joseph's brothers lied about his fate, what long-term effects did their deception have on their father and the family? Jacob was at peace about Joseph's future. Jacob mourned deeply for years, creating a strain in the family. The brothers reconciled immediately. They lost Jacob's blessing. Jacob mourned deeply for years, creating a strain in the family. Genesis 37:34-35. All his sons and daughters came to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. "No," he said, "I will continue to mourn until I join my son in the grave." 73. What consequence did Potiphar's wife lie have on Joseph's life and reputation? Joseph was honored by Potiphar. Joseph was unjustly imprisoned, delaying his destiny. Joseph became an enemy of Egypt. Joseph gained power in the household. Joseph was unjustly imprisoned, delaying his destiny. Genesis 39:20. Joseph's master took him and put him in prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. 74. How did Korah and his followers lie about Moses result in their punishment? They were sent into exile. The earth swallowed them in judgment. Moses pardoned them. This escaped, but with heavy losses. The earth swallowed them in judgment. Numbers 16:31-32. The ground under them split apart, and the earth opened his mouth and swallowed them and their household. 75. After Achan lies about taking devoted things, what impact did he have on Israel and on Achan himself? Israel lost the battle at Ai, and Achan was punished. Achan was celebrated for his bravery. Israel had a strong victory. Achan was pardoned by Joshua. Israel lost the battle at Ai, and Achan was punished. Joshua 7:25. Then all Israel stoned him, and after they had stoned the rest, they burned them. 76. What repercussion did Gehazi face after lying about the gift from Naaman? He was blessed for his work. He was stricken with Naaman's leprosy as a punishment. He was promoted to chief servant. He was rewarded with more gift. He was stricken with Naaman's leprosy as a punishment. 2 Kings 5:27. Naaman's leprosy will cling to you and to your descendants forever. Then Gehazi went from Elisha's presence, and his skin was leprous. 77. When Absalom lied about seeking justice, how did this eventually impact his life and position? Absalom was welcomed to the throne. Absalom's betrayal led to his downfall and death. David declared him king. He peacefully co-ruled with David. Absalom's betrayal led to his downfall and death. 2 Samuel 18, 14, 15. And 10 of Joab, armor-bearers, surrounded Absalom, struck him and killed him. 78. What was the outcome of a month lie to King David to be alone with Tamar? He married Tamar. He caused division and violence in David's family. He gained Tamar's favor. He became David's successor. It caused division and violence in David's family. 2 Samuel 13, 28, 29. Absalom ordered his men, "Listen, when Ammon is in high spirits from drinking wine, and I say to you, destroy Ammon town, then kill him." 79. When Jeroboam's wife disguised herself, what was the prophet's response and how did it impact Jeroboam's family? She was granted mercy. The prophets foretold the loss of their son. She was allowed to return in peace. Jeroboam gained the prophet's blessing. The prophets foretold the loss of their son. 1 Kings 14:12. As for you, go back home. When you set foot in your city, the boy will die. 80. When King Saul lied to Samuel about obeying God's command, what consequences did he face? Samuel blessed him. Saul lost his kingship and favor with God. Saul's family was protected. Samuel granted him a second chance. Saul lost his kingship and favor with God. 1 Samuel 15:26. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has rejected you as a king. Tell your score and post in the comments. Great job on today's quiz. Keep exploring the Bible with us. Hit subscribe and test your knowledge again soon.